Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future, too. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Observe constantly that all things take place by change, and accustom thyself to consider that the nature of the universe loves nothing so much as to change the things that are and to make new things like them. Time is a sort of river of passing events, and strong is its current. No sooner is a thing brought to sight than it is swept by and another takes its place, and this, too, will be swept away. Because your own strength is unequal to the task, do not assume that it is beyond the powers of man. But if anything is within the powers and province of man, believe that it is within your own compass also. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to investigate systematically and truly all that comes under thy observation in life. Accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Everything that exists is in a manner the seed of that which will be. Everything that happens happens as it should, and if you observe carefully, you will find this to be so. Nothing happens to any man that he is not formed by nature to bear. Forward, as occasion offers. Never look round to see whether any shall note it. Be satisfied with success in even the smallest matter, and think that even such a result is no trifle. The act of dying is one of the acts of life. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, therefore, guard accordingly, and take care that you entertain no notions unsuitable to virtue and reasonable nature. The universe is transformation, our life is what our thoughts make it. Let men see, let them know a real man, who lives as he was meant to live. When you rise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Where a man can live, he can also live well. Your life is what your thoughts make it. Execute every act of thy life as though it were thy last. Adapt your death as a release from the impressions of the senses, and from desires that make us their puppets, and from the vagaries of the mind, and from the hard service of the flesh. Despise not death, but welcome it, for nature wills it like all else. Ourself to the things among which your lot has been cast, and love sincerely the fellow creatures with whom destiny has ordained that you shall live. The ancient writer Suetonius tells the story that an inventor around 70 CE displayed to a Roman emperor a machine that could move columns, only to be dismissed with the objection that such labor-saving devices would cause the poor to starve by robbing them of employment. There is no indication that any church official suggested or supported the emperor's action against gay people. On the contrary, the only persons known by name to have been punished for homosexual acts were prominent bishops. He who fears death either fears the loss of sensation or a different kind of sensation. But if thou shalt have no sensation, neither wilt thou feel any harm, and if thou shalt acquire another kind of sensation, thou wilt be a different kind of living being and thou wilt not cease to live. If you have overcome your inclination and not been overcome by it, you have reason to rejoice. Those most moved to tears by every word of a preacher are generally weak and a rascal when the feelings evaporate. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Rome has grown since its humble beginnings that it is now overwhelmed by its own greatness. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. The greatest impediments to changes in our traditional roles seem to lie not in the visible world of conscious intent, but in the murky realm of the unconscious mind. Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's will and is not easy. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed. It is the person who continues in his self-deception and ignorance who is harmed. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the order to revoke at any moment. It is easier to find men who will volunteer to die than to find those who are willing to endure pain with patience. The life of money-making is one undertaken under compulsion, and wealth is evidently not the good we are seeking, for it is merely useful and for the sake of something else. I have always reckoned the dignity of the republic of first importance and preferable to life. A shoe that is too large is apt to trip one, and when too small, to pinch the feet. So it is with those whose fortune does not suit them. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present.